Hangisi senin?
Which one is yours? Which one is yours?
Hangi yolu gitmeliyiz?
Which way should we go? Which way should we go?
Hangi kitap en iyidir?
Which book is best? Which book is best?
Hangisi senin?
Which one is yours?
Hangi yolu gitmeliyiz?
Which way should we go?
Hangi kitap en iyidir?
Which book is best?
Hangi fincan boş?
Which cup is empty? Which cup is empty?
Hangi yol oraya gider?
Which road leads there? Which road leads there?
Hangi filmi seçtin?
Which movie did you choose? Which movie did you choose?
Hangi fincan boş?
Which cup is empty?
Hangi yol oraya gider?
Which road leads there?
Hangi filmi seçtin?
Which movie did you choose?
Hangi rengi seviyorsun?
Which color do you like? Which color do you like?
Hangi koltuk boş?
Which seat is free? Which seat is free?
Hangi telefon çalıyor?
Which phone is ringing? Which phone is ringing?
Hangi rengi seviyorsun?
Which color do you like?
Hangi koltuk boş?
Which seat is free?
Hangi telefon çalıyor?
Which phone is ringing?
Hangi rota daha hızlı?
Which route is faster? Which route is faster?
Hangi istasyon sıradaki?
Which station comes next? Which station comes next?
Hangi anahtarlar eksik?
Which keys are missing? Which keys are missing?
Hangi rota daha hızlı?
Which route is faster?
Hangi istasyon sıradaki?
Which station comes next?
Hangi anahtarlar eksik?
Which keys are missing?
Hangi şarkı çalıyor?
Which song is playing? Which song is playing?
Hangi otel daha ucuz?
Which hotel is cheaper? Which hotel is cheaper?
Hangi kural burada geçerli?
Which rule applies here? Which rule applies here?
Hangi şarkı çalıyor?
Which song is playing?
Hangi otel daha ucuz?
Which hotel is cheaper?
Hangi kural burada geçerli?
Which rule applies here?
Hangi taraf doğru?
Which side is correct? Which side is correct?
Hangi fikir daha iyi görünüyor?
Which idea seems better? Which idea seems better?
Hangi görev öncelikli?
Which task is priority? Which task is priority?
Hangi taraf doğru?
Which side is correct?
Hangi fikir daha iyi görünüyor?
Which idea seems better?
Hangi görev öncelikli?
Which task is priority?
Hangi arabayı aldın?
Which car did you buy? Which car did you buy?
Hangi mağaza açık?
Which store is open? Which store is open?
Hangi arabayı aldın?
Which car did you buy?
Hangi mağaza açık?
Which store is open?